Welcome to the Stinker Madness. Sorry about this week. Get ready for next week's special.
What's that smell?
I don't know about you, but I'm thirsty as fuck. Thirsty as fuck.
Hey, look at these!
Thrill me.
If you come back in here, I'm gonna hit you with so many rights, you're gonna beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Beg for a left.
Thrill me.
Hey, look at these!
No more hangers!
It stinks.
Hangers!
Get to the chopper! Stinker Madness.
Sorry about this week.
Get ready for next week. Sam and Justin are here.
Dogs in heat, camping trips, forest fires.
All right, so a little background information about this episode. We apologize for those people who were planning on listening to the Miami Connection this week. Unfortunately, some things have happened where a vagina has exploded in
Dogland.
desire, in lust for a fellow species holder's penis. And they have to be separated. And so Jackie is not here. She is in a terrible place called Cuna, keeping the male corgi away from the female corgi. And thus we can't record because we can't be together. So it's not just a separation of horny dogs. It's a separation of horny people because of horny dogs.
Hearts apart. Dogs in different towns. What's next?
That's a song by Rick Springfield. Fucked up my own joke. Next time I try to say Rick Springfield, I'm just gonna go with Loverboy. Yeah. That's a Loverboy track, right?
Sure.
Yeah. See, that's the right joke. Not Rick Springfield. Never say Rick Springfield's name because you can't.
Who the hell is Rick Springfield?
You may have also noticed that we're drinking. Sam has got a delicious Jack Daniels and cola. I have an amalgam, say.
He made himself a White Russian without any of the right ingredients. And I don't know how it's going. I watched him make it, and I was actually kind of concerned.
It's not bad. It's not. Yeah. Once you've had a significant amount of it, it becomes good to a degree. Yeah. Like good, like the fourth time the doctor hits you in the mouth with the Novocaine, good. Like the first 3 times, not so good. But the fourth time, he finally got it right, and you're like, okay, now it doesn't suck.
Yeah.
It sucked pretty bad earlier, though.
I should also mention that I started drinking at 3 p.m.
Yes. Yeah, so
it is much later than that now.
Yeah, you're on your way. Hey, speaking of being late in the world of Boise, Idaho specifically, we made national news this week.
Oh, did we?
And in fact, actually, we didn't just make national news. We made world news.
World news.
Yeah, one of the people I follow on Twitter, who is a Boise resident, was in Norway this weekend. He said it was all over the news in Norway. We had goat-pocalypse.
We did.
What do you mean we did? You just said you didn't even know anything about goat-pocalypse.
No, I don't. I just know that it happened.
Because I told you.
No, there's somebody else texted me earlier from Montana like, haha, you're shittier than Montana. And I had no idea what he was talking about until just now.
And that's the funny thing is the entire world knows about goat-pocalypse, or the other popular term is Goat Head Fest. But nobody in Boise. I've talked to 4 other friends that live in Boise. They're like, what the hell happened? What's that? What did we do now? Did we fucking like step on our own assholes or something?
See, I thought, and again, I saw something on the Facebook about the Goat Head Fest, and I'm like, oh, they're finally going to get rid of these goddamn goat heads that I keep stepping on. It's right. About time. I am in the dark.
I would be feeling that we would be doing our fans a disservice because, you know, obviously we're from Boise, the worldwide news. They probably saw this goat head thing, this goat apocalypse, and was like, I wonder how Justin, Sam, and Jackie are doing with all this goatery. So
we're not dead.
114 goats escaped into a Boise neighborhood.
Oh my God.
2 days ago, and nobody knows where they came from. 114.
That's quite a lot.
It's like in a fucking subdivision.
One would think they came from a goat farm.
in a subdivision.
Oh, you can have a lot of goats in subdivisions.
Right. But how did they get there, Sam? That's the problem.
Somebody bought them?
And just dumped them on the side of the road in the middle of the night because people, you've got that, what's that? It's not the Romeo and Juliet suite. That's the da-na-na-na-na. But in the cartoons where you wake up and the birds are chirping and you're like, oh man, I think it's Beethoven. But anyways, Beethoven is playing as you awake and the God rays are coming down on your face and you can smell the Folgers in the morning and the postman is waving at you as you're in your bathrobe and the milkman is banging your wife,
Sure.
as he does every morning. And then you look outside and there's fucking goats everywhere.
They're eating your car. They're kicking your kids. You got nothing that you can do about it.
Whose fucking goats are these?
Somebody that had a bunch of goats. That's the problem, is that you get these places that it's like, oh, I got 2 acres. I can have a goat ranch.
Right.
How's the gate on your goat ranch? Oh, it's pretty good. Is it? Is it? Because people in Norway know about your goats now.
Right. So yeah, we made it through Gopocalypse, if anybody was concerned. It was not our neighborhood, either of our neighborhoods, clearly.
I think it had to be in South Boise.
It was in Southwest Boise.
Yeah.
So, that's what I got for you, Sam.
They are ill-tempered.
The goats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in other world news,
Okay.
I am drinking my Jack and Coke defiantly
Oh, how's that? Because it's
out of a
it's
straw.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because it's Jack Daniels and it's gross.
No, I like Jack Daniels.
It's not good.
It's fine.
It's better than James Beam, but
James Bobeam.
yeah, it's not as good as say anything on the top shelf.
No,
But they treat
like
it like it's top shelf.
the bullet or belay or however you're fucking supposed to say.
I
That's
think
good stuff.
It's good, but
The
it's
wild
still
turkey's
middle.
good.
Yeah, the wild turkey's my fave. Well, of the cheap stuff, but
Yeah, I only got a pint of it. I don't get a fifth. It's not that good, say. But I like it. I like me a Jack and Coke every once in a while, and I'm defiantly drinking it out of a straw.
out of a straw. Why was that so defiant?
Because California is going to ban straws. They harm sea creatures.
Oh, okay. I thought because of like they harm eyeballs or something, like Rescue 911, like a kid fell down some stairs, was drinking a Jack and Cola and got a straw lodged in his eye, which if a child is drinking a Jack and Cola, that's going to happen every time.
He shouldn't use a straw. He should have a sippy cup.
Right.
For God's sake.
And use both hands like the president.
Give your kids cocktails in the right fucking glass, assholes.
Right. So because of the birds and the nature and
Well,
stuff.
there's no birds in the sea, but there is birds at sea.
There's birds in the sea.
But inside of it,
They're called sea birds for a reason, you dickhead.
there's seagulls at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, and they're gonna fuck up your
Okay,
day
they're
if you go down there.
above the sea.
Sure, yes, but the creatures that dwell in the sea have been harmed by the straws.
Okay, so the fishes and the whales and the mermaids,
Yeah,
the sexy manatees.
and California has chosen to ban
Uh-huh.
straws for that reason, rather than say banning dumping your trash into the ocean
That would be helpful.
or even your piss and shit, because they still dump their piss and shit into the ocean.
That's what they do. I would also go for get the syringes off the beaches. That would
And
be nice.
out of those seagulls that will fuck up your day if
Right.
they're not filled
I'm
with syringes.
I was really mad the first time a seagull bit me and then gave me AIDS. But it turned out I already had AIDS because I stepped on a fucking needle on the beach the week before. So
I try to eat the dead seagulls off the beach, but they're too full of syringes.
right.
They try
And
to
AIDS.
steal my picnic. I'm going to steal theirs. Right?
Right. I'm fine with that, Sam. Fuck straws.
Fuck straws.
We're adults. Why do we have to drink out of straws? Come on, man. Pound that fucking shit. I don't drink out of a straw normally. I am right now because it's a White Russian. And I have to maintain a little bit
Sea creatures are going to die because of you.
because of my stupid
no,
ass.
our trash goes into our subdivisions, so
It's-
we're fine.
Our trash goes in right next to where we put our bodies.
Yeah.
Where I put my bodies.
It's too expensive to ship it to the ocean. We piss and shit on
I
ourselves.
shouldn't have said any of that on the air. Right. But we're fucking grown ass men. We don't need straws. We're not children. We should pound our drinks. like grown-ass men, and then barf.
Also, quit dumping shit in the ocean. Trash Island is for real.
I have some news.
Yes.
I actually don't have some news. I would like to go to our live reporter, on our man on the street, Jack B. Jack B has brought some stunning information to us directly. I like calling him our man on the street because that makes him seem like he's out there like working for us, rather than just hanging out in a basement like clicking around on the internet.
Who's to say he's not in the upper echelons of a high rise?
I don't think men on the street live in a high rise.
Okay.
I think like beat reporters like Woodward and Bernstein, I think they lived in like condos, dude.
Oh,
like,
condos.
Like two-story condos.
You own condos.
Woodward and Bernstein own condos.
Really?
Yeah, but like a second-story condo.
I thought they just rented.
I don't know what you do in Washington, D.C. Anyways, we have to move on. Jack B's out there busting his ass, getting all the people, putting the microphone in front of their face and being like, hey, what do you think about this? He's got some big news.
Word on the street.
Neil Breen's new movie is coming this year. It's called Twisted Pair, and the trailer is out on YouTube now. Sam and I just watched it.
It sort of roams into the danger land I was hoping he wasn't going to roam into, which is bad visual effects.
Because he hasn't done that before?
Yeah. Well, not as much as this. However, he's so bad on screen that the horrendously bad visual effects hold up to the standard of his normal filmmaking thus far.
It is a little bit more Birdemic looking than, say, the other movies where he is the focal point rather than trying to make the special effects the distraction from the Breen.
Sure.
But at the same point, he is the special effect.
Yeah.
So
also, my caution is probably will be rewarded because I would imagine that all of the visual effects sequences have ended up into the trailer.
Yeah.
And most of it will just be him in his apartment with computers
on
that don't work,
right?
Talking to women that would never go out with him,
and trying to take down the man, because I think that's it looks like that's what's going on here again, is that in Twisted Pair, technology has gone too far.
Yeah.
Which is a theme of every Neil Breen movie, but it seems like that's the plot this time, is that the virtual reality has taken over, and whatever buzzwords he wants to cram in that are unrelated. And he is, I think his character seems to be like the head of probably one of these corporations, who's like, I could see Breen being like, build all the good stuff to make mankind happy. And then they build like sweet video games. And he's like, I got to burn my own company down and expose all the secrets.
My own company, Sierra Entertainment. I burnt it down many years ago.
Fuck King's Quest.
With the last of good video games. Damn it. That Hobbit for GameCube was really good.
So at some point he gets superpowers.
Yeah.
Via virtual reality. Corrupted virtual reality.
Perhaps it was a magic rock that had that on there.
Yeah, could be the magic rock hard drive. Pretty much the same thing. And then I think he exposes the entire movie, the plot of the movie. He blows up his own company via Birdemic style explosions.
Sure.
The end.
Well, there's also it seems to be a clear vendetta against computers that work.
Yeah, right.
He keeps the ones that don't work. But you can see on screen there's a still frame of functional computers that he blows up with bad special effects.
Subtle motifs.
Yeah.
Guys, we got to do something about these working computers. I only want broken computers so I can smash them.
This new thing, I think they call it a Dell. It works better than my ThinkPad, and I don't like it.
Oh, could you
get rid of it?
Could you imagine if Breen cast the dude you're getting a Dell guy, and they like teamed up for like a series of movies?
That would be good.
And like Kato stops by at some point.
Yeah, I like where you're going.
Yeah, no, that would be super fun.
It's like a super group of bad media in film. But we need to work on this.
Sam, I'm not falsely excited about this movie. I'm very excited about this movie.
I'm always excited about Neil Breen.
But I have a disclaimer.
Sure.
After watching this, there's no way. There is no way that he has not become that Neil Breen has not gained
self-awareness.
Sentience. He has to know this shit sucks. Like, this has gone too far. This one is too bad. It's too clearly bad. Is there any possible chance that he thinks he's making art, or is he just realizing the only way I'm going to sell these films is to assholes like Sam and Justin?
There's also a chance that he's just hit that sweet spot where it's working, so just keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I
think that might be where he's at.
Okay. Do you think he believes in the project?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, well then that's good. Or actually, you know what? Even if he doesn't, to me, think about it. If he's making shit on purpose, I don't know if I care anymore because he's so good at it.
I think that he believes in the product.
Okay.
And one of the things that makes it wonderful in what we just saw is that the key ingredient of the product is one Neil Breen.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's playing his own brother.
Right.
He's gone the route of Van Damme and is playing opposite himself.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's time that we need double the brain. And we're getting it.
How many more do you think he's gotten him?
5.
5? He's made 5.
I know.
He's peaking. That means like he's gonna sneak in a good one at 8, but then 6, 7, 9, and 10 are gonna suck.
He's 60, isn't he?
He's not. He's got to be 60.
Yeah, time isn't on his side.
No.
I think 5's generous.
Okay, I think 5 is being very like, here you go, buddy. We hope so, but I think we're gonna see 2 more Breen movies.
5.
5. Give us 5. I've got some other news.
Oh.
It's not really news, but I was involved in a little Twitter escapade the other day with one your least favorite person on the planet based off his face, Jeffrey Donovan, and your favorite person on the planet based on his face, Bruce Campbell. A fan suggested that they make a buddy pick.
Oh.
Where they are Johnny Carson and Ed Sullivan.
I would do. I mean, yeah. I don't know which one does which though.
That was Campbell's joke. Was like Jeffrey Donovan would make a great Ed Sullivan, and Jeffrey Donovan was like, "Wait, what? I'm half your size."
Yeah. No, I as much as I don't like looking at Donovan, he's good.
He's I fucking love Jeffrey.
I love him. I think he could do Carson.
For here's the fun thing about Jeffrey Donovan is he was on a major television show for 6 seasons opposite Bruce Campbell, called Burn Notice.
Sure.
And nobody fucking knows who he is. Oh, that Burn Notice guy. I didn't even know he was a thing. He has only got like 3,000 Twitter followers compared to Bruce Campbell's like 5 bajillion.
Well, we should have him on the show then.
Oh, I like, it's like, how do people not know who Jeffrey Donovan is? Because he was in that, he was in Sicario.
He was great in Sicario.
And he was fucking great in Sicario.
You didn't even recognize him. He was chameleon-esque.
Right. It's like, dude, maybe there's more to this guy than, than this one shitty TNT spy show that was fun and goofy, but could he be Johnny Carson? And could Bruce Campbell be Ed Sullivan?
I think that's the way they should go with it.
I would love to see this.
The thing that is sort of unmentioned about Jeff Donovan is that he was the executive producer and directed episode. By the end of it, that was like his project.
Right.
And he did very well with it.
And hey, whoever cast Gabrielle Anwar, big fan. Thank you for doing that. I really like Burn Notice. But take them out of the equation, just because obviously I think Jeffrey Donovan's great, and it's fucking Bruce Campbell. He's the pedestal. How is that not a fucking thing? Just that needs to happen. A buddy biopic of Johnny Carson and Ed Sullivan. Even if it's like like we just saw The Disaster Artist.
Sure.
Not that long ago. We weren't big fans, just so you know, everybody. It was fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing good
Just
about
watch
it.
The Room instead.
Actually, yeah, watch
then
The Room
read
and
the
then read the
book.
book. Skip the movie. But that relationship where it's a working relationship that turns into, you know what? We don't always get along, but goddamn it, we're best friends.
Sure.
And this entire journey of our life is together.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see, and that it's time. Johnny Carson, Ed Sullivan, the movie. Yes, I would like to have Jeffrey Donovan and Bruce Campbell in it, but dude, that's a fucking fantastic idea and it needs to happen.
I just hope they weren't sort of Me Too-esque scumbags by the end of it.
That would certainly suck.
That would.
Because I also put Ed Sullivan and Johnny Carson on a pedestal.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there was, some coke involved every now and then, and a little bit of grab ass.
They're like, oh no, we didn't do that. We had sex with children instead.
oh God,
no!
And then
Star Search.
And then we murdered them in Russia. Yeah, sorry about that. No, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope they give high fives at the end. So there you go. There's the news. Now we're going to bring back an old friend of the program. It's called This Great Superpower Debate, where if you are a new listener, you might want to go back and listen to our way back in the day episodes where we did prelude episodes to the movie. We used to play a game called the Great Superpower Debate, where we would all create a superpower that was not a currently used superpower, and then decide whether it was useful or not, as applied to not comic book movie or comic book rules, but in real life. Sam, you want to go first with yours?
Sure, why not? It's an interesting superpower.
Well, I would
because
hope so.
It's not unique.
No, we like the boring ones here.
Yeah, it's not unique. The superpower itself, it's basically super intelligence, super engineering, say.
Okay.
But its cost is what makes it unique.
Okay.
The ability to properly engineer or create things that will save humanity. However, the cost is that you can't speak when doing it, so it has to be written down.
Okay, so essentially you're Reed Richards. Now, when you say that you can't speak, is it only speak or you can't communicate?
No, it has to be written. You have to write. You can't speak.
All right.
So you can email it, you can type it, you can write it, you can do whatever engineering you need to do on paper, but you can't tell anybody about it. You just have to hand them the notes and hope for the best.
It seems to me like the downsides are pretty small. Like, I think you're throwing a lot of people with disabilities under the bus right now, because you're saying that unless you can talk clearly, you can't do any good for humankind. You, sir, are an asshole.
The president.
But he can't do any good.
No,
either.
he's the opposite of that. Like, there's plenty of people that are writing down good shit right now, and nobody's reading it because they're not screaming dumb shit at the top of their lungs all the time.
You're Reed Richards that can't speak, and you're looking at Donald Trump and going, "Oh my fucking god!" Right now, this guy, because you can't
tweet either.
You want it, right? You want an arch nemesis.
Yeah,
but in order, well, you don't, because you have to be two sides of the same coin, right? But you're not. You're totally, completely not. You're like, that's a quarter and a Deutsch franc.
What's wrong with Deutsch francs?
No, I'm just saying they're different. They're totally different.
Okay.
I think that this is I can't rate this very good because I think it doesn't qualify. It's too good. I'm fine. Yeah, give that power to me. The cost isn't that, it's minimal.
But you have to hand the thing to the right person, otherwise it never ends up anywhere. Or email it to the right person.
You are the smartest person alive, essentially.
Sure.
In order to have all these engineering skills that will change mankind.
Sure.
You don't think you're smart enough to be able to track down who the right guy is?
Maybe not.
And even
you don't know anybody.
All you're doing with the guy is a PR piece. You're saying, "Hey, guy, go stand in front of this microphone and say all the things that I can't."
But then you call him on the phone afterwards and you can't discuss it because of the trade-off. You're like, "Did you read my email?" He's like, "Oh, yeah. What'd you think?" Oh, I thought it was great. I was all right. But they didn't actually read it. That's the problem.
Oh, because people are dickheads?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's actually not your own weakness. It's our weakness. We don't want to be saved. Inherently in our DNA is the survival instinct, but it's that self-sabotage instinct too.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this guy's got really good ideas. Could I be bothered right now? Nah.
Did you put it on Twitter? No, I'm sorry. I can't put a 400-page thesis on Twitter.
I can put on a poop emoji and like 15 eggplants at the same time when Christy Brinkley. I don't know why eggplants mean sex.
Oh, apparently in Japanese culture, they can mean happiness or just a penis.
Okay, so it's a one of those things.
One of those
Okay,
things.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna give this. Now let's caveat this. Not in, let's say the rules of our universe and the rules of our being in a different universe, where it's not gonna work.
Sure.
I give this a 1.
Oh.
Because this would be painfully frustrating.
Oh, yes.
Knowing you could save mankind, but no one will pay attention to you. That would be horrific.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
It would be the worst.
Yeah. Unless you can't save mankind and you just believe you can save mankind, which then would make you an asshole. Like, oh, I'm the only one that can fix it. Also, no, they are the same coin. Yeah, no, Donald Trump would be the nemesis of Reed Richards. You're right. My superpower is called the Gas Man.
Oh, I think we've done. All right.
How do they know I got gas? Okay.
Oh, so you're not just coming to my house and fixing things?
No. Okay, so what this power is you are a normal guy whenever you want to be. But whenever you need to use your power, you can propel or actually not propel. You can propel, but you provide energy into whatever thing you're contained in or touching. But you emit the energy. So if you wanted to power a nuclear submarine, you could not, because you would be emitting radiation.
Sure.
You would have to be the only guy in the submarine.
You'd have to be the reactor inside of water.
Right. So you could do that, but you can't, because you just crash it into a mountain.
Sure.
A sea mountain, because you're the only you can't steer the ship. You're touching the fucking propeller. But you could be inside of a motorhome and with your family in it. And you could provide the gasoline and never have to stop at the gas station, but you're emitting gasoline the entire time.
So you pee gas?
No, it's just like oozes out. It's like osmosis. Like it seeps out of you and into wherever the mechanics are that you need to power. But everybody else would also be like, man, it fucking smells like gasoline in here.
Yeah. Like, oh man, this guy is the answer to my gas bill problems, but he also is ruining the environment with his methane.
Right. So yeah. I mean, well, let's say that there's a range. There's an aura around you. It's not like you just pour it like dripping everywhere and it goes into the atmosphere. It's just an aura of stinkiness or whatever.
No, you're just like a shitty Nazi engine at that point.
What's a Nazi engine?
Like the Nazis would have used you as like an engine for a war machine.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But you're only a cog in this larger piece. You wouldn't be able to do great good.
You could tour the United States for free.
And then what?
I can't do that. I can't afford it.
So Al Gore is your superpower?
Kind of.
One.
I think that's a little harsh. I think that's rough.
It's just, I mean, both things don't save the world. We got a couple ones on
but
here.
Pack up, kids. It's time to go see old Ben or Big Ben again. Dad, you smell.
Yeah. No, it's a 1.
But Big Ben. Big Ben, kids.
Yeah, I'm high as a kite. He's bendy. It's a bendy clock.
What about like powering an airplane?
Until the pilot passes out from the fumes.
Right,
And
then
die.
you crash and die.
And then explode a lot because of all of the methane.
No, you're right. It's a 1. The
It's a
gas
1.
man sucks. All right, Sam, let's move on. We've got some streaming do's and don'ts.
Oh,
to get
do
to.
we?
We are going to talk about movies in this episode, guys. Starting with a movie that I saw with our good friend Roman, who this movie has been on the list for me for quite a while. I don't think you watched it, but I would say I don't know if you missed a ton, but I want to talk about it anyways. It's a movie called Transformations from the mid-90s starring nobody, but a shitty, like imagine, if you will, a 90s Corman space movie where you've got a swarthy guy who's basically Han Solo, because you're making a space Star Wars knockoff. It's a Corman movie, right? And you've got a monster and all that sort of stuff. I'm thinking of Galaxy of Terror, basically.
Sure, yeah.
Imagine if you mash that up with It Follows. In space, no one can hear you get an STD.
Oh, no.
That's what Transformations is.
I need to go to space.
Right. Because the whole story is that this guy, this Han Solo guy, and he isn't even doing anything cool, but he's a spice smuggler, and he's got a spaceship that he hangs out on by himself. There's no Chewbacca.
I think I may have heard about this film.
He's floating around. I'm being swarthy, and even though he's a total cheesy dickhead, but he's pretending to be swarthy. Then a sexy lady
pretending to be swarthy?
right?
That's just dark complexion.
Right. Well, whatever. Smarmy. Sorry.
Smarmy, okay. Different
and
entirely.
Smarmy. So then a titty lady shows up.
Why not, right?
She just teleports in. Like he's sleeping, and then all of a sudden there's a titty lady there. And clearly a stripper. She's got a couple Easter Westerns. Which are great. They look fucking great for Easter Westerns, but they're clearly plastic. So she comes in and she bangs him. Turns out that she's got an STD that turns her into a monster.
Oh.
And then he gets the STD and he turns into a monster. But slowly, like you see the progression of this disease take over him and turn him into a monster because he bangs somebody. He then becomes like a horn rage machine where he has to, because of this disease, it makes you apparently super horny because I guess it wants to propagate itself. So he goes into the spaceport and starts fucking chicks and they start fucking dudes and everybody gets turned into space monsters. But in the end, he finds love.
Space Herpes, a love story.
It is Space Herpes, a love story. It's fucking not that entertaining, but wow, what a concept.
Huh.
I give it a do.
All right.
Next up, Sam and I watched this, starring, you're going to have to list the names because some of these guys, I don't fucking know who they are. Hologram Man. Al Roker was there.
Al Roker.
Al Roker and
Wait,
Jeffrey
Hologram
Donovan.
Man, which was the...
oh God, Seth from Beastmaster. What the fuck is his name? McDowell's from
John Amos.
John Amos was in it.
Also, Evan Lurie.
Evan
from,
Lurie, yeah, right.
American Kickboxer 2.
Right.
I think those are the two biggies.
Yeah. It seemed like somebody else was in it. This was like the feel of a 90s television show, but was supposed to be a feature-length movie. I don't know what the fuck this was.
It seemed like it was a pilot,
Mm-hmm.
and they had really been on board, but they only got the pilot. So it ends up just being this weird, just shitty
It's real
sci-fi movie.
Right. Like 90s sci-fi channel. Like as shitty as the Sci-Fi Channel is when during Sharknado. It's great now because we got the Expanse and all that sort of stuff. But this was like the 90s version of the Sci-Fi Channel is real bad.
Like 83. If you go back before the Sci-Fi Channel was even conceived, this thing was what would have been in there. This is like the 80s robot cop shows that didn't work out.
Right.
And also had this sort of lawnmower man feel.
Absolutely. Yeah, the Hologram Man, not a hologram. He is the Lawnmower Man. He goes into the internet and becomes a virtual man, essentially. His essence is downloaded into the machine, but the machine, he breaks free from the machine and can wander the earth with superpowers.
And they borrowed from Demolition Man, and even they said Demolition Man in it.
Yeah,
I think at one point. And that's what really sort of puts a huge stamp on this thing being a pile of crap, is that it's so bad, but it was made at a time when things like this were being made properly.
Right.
Evan Lurie, God love him. I love him. Wish he would have been in more stuff. He was the writer and the exec on it.
Yeah,
and
he wore the whiz out.
Turned it into a huge vanity piece, and
I hate to say it, but I'm going to give Hologram Man a don't.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought it was because of the way that it's presented. We ran into this where while we were seeing the beginning, because the weird thing about it is it gives you all the sweet parts at the beginning of it. If you watch it on Amazon Prime,
there's
a trailer.
The biggest problem is
on the Amazon Prime.
If you watch it on Amazon Prime, they run the trailer. And then the trailer is all of the good parts.
Right. So I was already done. And then I was exposed to the story and all the stuff that I'd already seen. I was like, meh.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was fun enough.
Okay.
I don't know that I give it like a do though, because it was such shit.
Yeah, see?
It's only for the Evan Lurie loyalists.
Which is
me.
Sam. Audience of one. Moving on, last but not least, to follow up on our Sam and Justin ninja collage, as it were, that has been going on for 5 years.
There may or may not be ninjas.
Right. This one is on Amazon Prime, called WuTang versus Ninja. I think the right Russians are getting after me.
They should be.
Okay. WuTang versus Ninja.
WuTang versus Ninja. Now, this is actually something I had to read about before.
Okay.
This is part of a series.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And it is probably where Wu-Tang Clan got its name.
Okay, so it's a Wu-Tang series, not a Ninja series.
Yeah. Or there was a Wu-Tang series that Wu-Tang Clan may or may not have gotten its name from, and this was pinned on the outer edges of it. Because it had been named Wu-Dang and Wu-Tong and all these other things. Yeah. And it may not have been actually related to that series. But it is hot shit.
It is fucking hot shit. I fucking loved this movie.
This was banana. Was this the one was from Taiwan where they're coming in late in the game?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we're coming in late in the game.
1989 and it looks like 1975.
Yeah, we're coming in late in the game, so we just have to have a bunch of awesome shit. They had a bunch of
awesome shit.
It was great. It was really hard to follow because they were like, we have to try to piece a story together around all of these awesome sequences that we're going to do.
Of Wu-Tang versus Shaolin. Well, Wu-Tang hires ninjas to take out the Shaolin.
The Shaolin monks and the ninjas from, I think, either Iga or Koga, which are historic ninja clans.
Oh, they're hold on, let me put on my professor cap.
Yeah, well, they
what a dickhead.
Exactly, right? That's the thing. Is it's like, oh, we're going to loosely follow something that may be something. Oh,
I thought you meant the ninjas from EGAS, starring Kyle, Jaws.
Kyle Jaws.
Kyle Jaws. No, what's his name? White Russians. Richard Kyle. EGA.
Yep. No, that's not the same.
Okay,
guy.
all right, because there was ninjas in EGA, right?
No, there was cavemen.
There was teenagers. They're both awful.
Wasn't the drummer from the Beatles in that?
Ringo fucking Starr.
Ringo Starr was in that.
I don't think Ringo Starr was in EGA.
Oh.
Anyways, Wu-Tang versus Ninja.
Man, it's hot shit.
Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with.
Ain't nothing to fuck with. It was like that sort of Kamen Rider movie that we watched that was done against Japan after the fact. We're like, we're just going to jam a bunch of shit in here to make it as good as these ones. And it wasn't what they wanted, but it was what needed to happen.
Yeah. No. If you like 70s style, even though it's 1989, Asian shot, group versus group, kung fu movies, Wu-Tang Clan, stop what you're doing, or Wu-Tang versus Ninja.
Yeah.
Stop what you're doing and go watch this movie.
Yeah.
Right now. I loved
is
it.
20 years later than the Shaw Brothers, but it's like 10 Shaw Brothers movies
Yeah.
stuffed into one.
Right. Exactly. That no truer words have been said. Sam, we're going to close up the show with a new segment that you have brought to us.
It's not really a new segment.
Okay.
It's something that has happened before
Oh.
that we're going to bring into circulation just for this episode because we've been drinking. And I have about 6 ounces of whiskey and Coke left, and I'm just going to drink it as fast as I can.
All right.
So that we can do this segment, and it's called The Guy.
The Guy.
If you remember from the Near Dark episode, we had lost the studio, and we were in between studios, and we were recording at Jackie's parents' house.
Yeah, I had to
and
live with my fucking parents.
It was really echoey because they had this one room we could record in, and it had like a 13-foot ceiling. And you're like,
Right.
your office has a 13-foot ceiling? Why?
Yeah, exactly.
It was super echoey. But we recorded anyway. And we did Near Dark, Catherine Bigelow. Award winner, Academy Award winning director Catherine Bigelow's vampire picture, which was god-awful. And I got way too drunk, and I couldn't remember anybody's name.
He's the guy. You know, the guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
And it's the guy, right?
Right. Yeah, we're going to do the guy.
Before we even do the guy, I can't remember his name already.
Right.
He was in Spider-Man. He just won an Academy Award for Whiplash. He's the guy. Who's the guy?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons was the original guy, and I couldn't remember his name even for this fucking segment, and now I'm going to drink my drink very fast, and we have 3 different character actors.
But the fun thing is my understanding of this game is I have to guess who the guy
Yes.
is. Okay, all right.
So I'm going to give 3 hints per guy.
Of the greatest character actors of all time.
However, there will be more hints that are most likely just, the guy.
I'm picking up a hint right now. You've had too much to drink.
I can't drink it all at once. It's too hard.
At this space, you're going to be living with your parents.
I already did that once. It didn't work out. You know what? I drank enough of it, and I'm already that drunk. Let's just do this thing.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. He's the guy. You know the guy I'm talking about. He makes this. He's got a frowny face all the time. He's like the guy. He's in a lot of Clint Eastwood movies.
Frowny face, Clint Eastwood movies.
Here's the guy. He's like, he's frowny. He's wears Western shirts.
Okay. Fuck.
Father of Juliette Lewis.
Oh, well, that's too big of a hint. That's Ronnie Lewis.
That's not the guy.
God damn it.
There's
Oh,
the
what
guy.
is his name?
He does this. He plays drunk really well. Better
Right.
than I
No,
do.
he's fucking brilliant at it. Oh, you know the guy.
He would have had his start in the short film Bags, but that was actually his second appearance. What did he do wrong to get in Bags for a second appearance? The guy.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
That's not that guy.
Okay, no, that's Great Balls of Fire.
His name does start with the same letter.
Johnny Mathis.
You have 2 more guesses. He's the guy.
Oh, I didn't know I got a limit. That was just a joke.
These are arbitrary rules that I set.
Jack Lewis.
Jeffrey Lewis.
Jeffrey Lewis.
Jeffrey
God damn it! I knew that as soon as you said it.
All right, I'm going to try to power through some more of this whiskey Coke.
You can go ahead and play along at home. Text to us at 5454-66112 and then
Just send
don't get a response.
Eggplant emoji. Right?
You'll win the play at home Wheel of Fortune version of Sticker Madness.
So this guy has been in a lot of stuff recently, and not so recently. He's very good, but he's super unappreciated. He's John Huston's son.
Jack Houston.
That's John Huston's grandson.
God damn it.
Is the guy.
Danny Houston.
Danny Houston is right. Okay, that was. I should have had that as the second one. Actually, I think you would have got that because Children of Men was the third hint.
Yeah.
So, okay. This one is difficult. This guy is great because she's blonde. Great set of tits.
Okay. Now you're talking my language.
She's been in a lot of films. She's a guy as long as you like to kind of bone her.
Okay. Blonde, great set of tits, been in a lot of films.
She's in Carlito's Way.
Oh God, no! I'm thinking of Sea of Love. I was about to say Madonna. Carlito's Way.
This guy has the greatest body I've ever seen on a woman in film.
You got to come up with something else other than Carlito's Way.
This is the last hint.
Okay, all right.
And this hint should get you there. And if it doesn't, you just don't know who she is. She's
the
actually
guy.
just a she.
The guy.
Starred opposite Alec Baldwin when he said this. Oh, well, I had a dream where I pulled my face off and I was someone else.
Fuck, what is her name? Oh, she is wonderful.
Hot
She
as
is
fuck.
wonderful. Oh, she is delightful. And it's not because she's got a great set of tits. She's just got that.
She's got all. She beams. She beams radiance.
I wouldn't consider her a character actor, even though she's because she plays the same character in every single movie.
Not really. You actually look at her career. She's bounced around. She's never really had a lot of leads.
Every single one that I've seen her in, she's this wonderful woman. Much like Lene Headey. Played the same character every time. Who I would consider a character. Or not Lena Headey. That's the Cersei from Game of Thrones. She just died. Opposite Dick Tracy. She was great.
Madonna?
Not Madonna. Fuck Madonna.
She's still alive?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
That's too bad.
It's not.
I don't know her name, Sam. She's fantastic.
Penelope Ann Miller.
Penelope Ann Miller! Oh, God damn it!
And she is the guy.
Yeah, she is the guy. No, that's a good one. Penelope Ann Miller is fantastic. Sam, take us out. Any final thoughts?
I got 4 ounces of this left. Hold on for a second.
Fuck the environment.
Oh, God. Get
Through a
chopper.
Visit us at www.stinkermadness.com. Follow Stinker Madness on Twitter at Stinker Madness. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Thank you for listening, and get to the chopper.